Hi folks, Speedway Tag here. I want to show you a delightful, quick little dice game that we got years ago, probably around 2015-16 from Steve Jackson Games. We were really into the zombie dice and Chupacabra and those early Steve Jackson dice games that came out. It kind of got our board gaming phase going. Back then, and because I've always been into H.P. Lovecraft, I was thrilled to see that Steve Jackson Games had something called Cthulhu Dice, which is the simplest of all simple games. It's really just a party game, but I thought I'd like to just highlight it here because I've got a couple of weird alternatives to it in our little collection of Cthulhu Dice. So it comes with this fantastic looking 12-sided dice with all different kinds of icons on it. You've got that fantastic looking Cthulhu on the front. It's also got a tentacle, the yellow sign. Also, it's got the eye there, and it also should have an elder sign somewhere, which for some reason I can't find. There it is. There's our fantastic elder sign. But really, this dice is magnificent. And the beauty of it, and it also comes with these little crystal tokens. Right, and the beauty about this game is you could get different color versions of it, and I got another version that I wanted to get. In other words, like the crystals are different colors, and of course the main dice came in. This dice came in different colors as well, which was if the collector in me got out of hand, I really wouldn't have been surprised if I ended up with 10 copies of this game with different colored dice. But in the end, I only got 3. This is one of my favorite ones, the red and yellow, red and gold. Just very quickly, the way the game goes is it's 2 to 5, I think, players. Each person gets 3 sanity tokens, like that. In the middle of the board, or in the middle of the playing area would be considered Cthulhu's area, and that comes into play quite a bit. And the way a turn goes is each person on their turn, they choose a victim, so choose another player, and that player will become the victim. So the person whose turn it is, it's you choose a victim, and then you roll the dice against them. Okay, trying to cause some problems with their sanity, and whatever you get on the dice, that's what you have to perform. So as you can see, there's no real strategy here. It's just a fun game to do what the dice says. The only real strategy here is when you have to choose your victim. And sometimes on the dice will require you also to choose where the tokens move from and to. So there's a little bit of strategy, but hey, that's fine. It's a simple little dice game that you want to pull out sometimes just for a bit of fun and get this theme into you, which we do feel like doing quite often. So like I said, your turn, you pick a victim. Let's say this is me. I'm going to pick this person as the victim. I roll the dice and do whatever it says, okay? This time it's come up with the yellow sign, and the yellow sign means your target loses 1 sanity to Cthulhu. So if that person was my target, they lose a sanity to Cthulhu, and a sanity of theirs goes into the middle of the board, which is Cthulhu's area. Then they get to respond and fight back against me, right? And let's say they don't roll a yellow sign. Let's say they roll a tentacle, okay? What a tentacle means is that you take 1 sanity from the victim, and if the caster is, we'll talk about getting mad in a moment, but so he's rolled a tentacle, so that person actually gets one of my sanity tokens. So sanity moves around quite fluidly like this all through the game. And then it would be the next person's turn. So let's say this person decides to attack that person, and he rolls the dice, and it comes up with the elder sign, like that. The elder sign means you gain 1 sanity from Cthulhu. Right, so this person will reach into Cthulhu's stash and gain a sanity. The more you have, the more you're going to last in the game. Because the way the game ends is whoever, if you are the only one with sanity left at the end of the turn, you win. So, yeah, so hopefully everybody goes mad and you're left with one token, and you go mad by losing all your sanity tokens, which happens quite quickly. It's a quick game. All right, so you win if you're the last one still sane, and to be sane, you've got to have tokens. If you're mad, you've lost all your tokens into the middle or to other people, and you're left with it. If you lose all your tokens, it doesn't mean you're out of the game yet. It just means you're mad, and the way you take your turns are a little bit different. Okay, so this person attacked this person, got an elder sign. The victim now gets to counterattack, and let's say the victim rolls this fantastic picture of Cthulhu, okay? What that means is, all bets are off here. Everybody loses a sanity to Cthulhu when that gets rolled. Doesn't matter whether it's the victim rolling or the caster rolling. Everybody loses a token to Cthulhu. And there's one other thing on this die, and that is the eye. Okay, and when the eye is rolled, you can actually choose which result you want. So it's like a wild result. You get to choose one of the other results just for free. So this goes back and forth while you you roll the dice, and the sanity moves based on what you roll. Once again, so the yellow sign tells you that your target loses one sanity to Cthulhu. The tentacle says you get a sanity from your opponent. The elder sign is really good because you get a sanity back from Cthulhu. The eye is wild, and if you roll Cthulhu, everybody loses a sanity. And this is just a game that you just roll and have fun and chat while you're playing and talk about H.P. Lovecraft stories, and if you're that way inclined, and off you go. What happens if you lose all your tokens and you've got none? Like, let's say I've got no tokens now. That means you've gone mad, which, of course, if you know anything about H.P. Lovecraft stories, that's the worst position you can be in, even worse than death. And the creatures of the H.P. Lovecraft universe, of course, they're bent on driving the sanity out of you. So when you're mad, you've got no tokens left. That'll happen quite quickly in most games. You can still attack people, so you could still say, okay, it's my turn, I'm going to try and attack this person, still roll. But the way you interpret the die value changes because you're mad. Okay, so for example, if you get to steal a sanity, like if you rolled a tentacle, where you would normally steal a sanity from someone, if you're mad, you don't get to keep it. It actually goes into Cthulhu's stash. So it's almost like you're on Cthulhu's side when you're mad, which again is thematically correct when it comes to most of Lovecraft's stories. Okay, then let's say if you lose while you're mad, if you lose sanity, right? Obviously you don't have any sanity to lose, but if you lose sanity while you're mad, you've got nothing to lose, so nothing happens there. And the only way you can become sane again is if you roll this magnificent elder sign, because remember, the elder sign allows you to get one token back from Cthulhu, and if I rolled that, I would suddenly become sane again. Strangely, my sanity granted to me by Cthulhu himself. Weird, I know. But that's how you get your sanity back, and you're back in the game, so to speak. Because remember, you can only win if you're the last person with sanity. You'll see how fun the movement is as you start playing this. Some games will annoyingly finish in about a minute and a half, but other games can, if the die falls interestingly enough, you can get a little bit of tension in this game. Okay, here's the beautiful rule page that you get with it. It's very well done. Like that, mine's all crumpled up. It's advertising zombie dice as well. But now, what I wanted to say is, have you ever made your own components for games? I don't usually do that too much, but when I got another version of this Cthulhu dice, I thought I'd like to make a little box for it, because really you don't get anything to put this stuff in when you buy the game. You have to find something. So my wife made this fantastic little container. I don't know what was originally in it, but you can see we've put a fantastic picture of Cthulhu around the side of it. It's nice and compact, and it's got a clear lid. So if you look in there, you can see our gold and black Cthulhu dice. And in this one's has got green. These are actually green. Can't tell because it's a little bit dark. But these are green crystals inside this little box. And this is the gold dice that I have, and I just love this. It looks really good, doesn't it? Okay, so if you go mad and you want to keep buying this stuff like I eventually did, okay, I upgraded to what's called Giant Cthulhu Dice, which looks like that. All right, it's a little bit bigger than your standard one, and this is for outside. All right, it's made of kind of like a foam rubber sort of thing. It's got all the same stuff on it, right? And there's Cthulhu there, and it's like, you see, it's like foam rubber. And you play that outside. You kick it, you throw it against the wall, and obviously you're not going to use these as tokens, so you find rocks around the garden, or I don't know, bricks or anything you want, balls or flowers or pieces of dead trees or whatever. And we have a ball just on a cooler summer evening, just being out in the backyard, throwing this around the garden and moving the sanity around, and having fun trying to work out what we can use as sanity tokens. This works really well. This is Giant Cthulhu Dice, as you can see there. There's the rule book there. And Giant Cthulhu Dice comes with, they do attempt to give you things to use as tokens. They come with Cthulhu bands, B-A-N-D-Z. Now, I wasn't really into that. That obviously means something to some people. But they're things you can put around they're rubber things in the shape of Cthulhu. And I've got those somewhere, but I just couldn't find it to do this video. But they're red and white rubber bands that go around your wrist or around a couple of fingers, and you use them for your sanity tokens. But this ball is this dice is so much fun to use outside. But anyway, that is Cthulhu Dice, and well done to Steve Jackson Games for just doing something a little bit fun and quirky with this. I hope you enjoyed that. See you later.